Man, we got after it today. Just taking it day by day. Yesterday, I didn't know watching Josh Allen pass rush the whole outside linebacker. So motivated us. Just keep motivating us.
Did you any young guys on your side of the ball who've impressed you so far? Maybe we haven't seen much of.
Shoot, Tyrese Furby getting along. Noah Matthews getting along. Sackham Souls getting good. Caleb, Jacob, they just get along. They getting there.
JJ, it seems like you've kind of flown under the radar this fall camp. How has it been for you? And just maybe what's something you're working on heading into the season?
Nah, that's what I wanted. You know, I've been going through a lot of pressure through the years, so this is what I wanted. Just no pressure, no nothing, just mindset clean, just playing fast and free. That's what I wanted. So I like being an underdog right now.
Obviously, you've been around the block for a while. What do you kind of tell the young guys heading into their first scrimmage and second scrimmage heading into their first year?
Man, just be competitive. Show Coach White, show Coach the offensive coordinator what y'all can do. Just be competitive, play fast, play physical. Everything else is going to take place. If you messed up, at least you did it fast. This is only the first scrimmage. So next week we actually erasing names and putting names on the board. So for sure.
How's the offensive line looking? There's any matchups that you like going up against in the offensive line?
I mean, you know, Marcus Cox, he's great. I think he's at least good second rounder for sure. Mitzi, he's working on it. Offensive line working on it. I think this is one of our best O-line we have.
It was good to see us going out there, attacking to the ground, being competitive. Operations on both sides looked pretty smooth. It was good communication with the headsets. Being able to have the new iPads out there was pretty cool. Getting used to that operation was good. So overall, I think it was a pretty solid day.
JJ mentioned this might be one of the better offensive lines we've had in recent years. What have you seen from them?
Yes, sir. The O-line's been doing really well recently. They've had a good fall camp. The best thing with O-line is all just chemistry and stuff, and making sure they're working together on some of the different stuff that the D-line brings and brings on us, and make sure they're all on the same page. So just building that chemistry with them has been great with them. Coach Wolf's been on them. That's good. And the O-line's been having a good fall camp, and we're looking forward to this season with them.
Jamori was talking to me today how he said to work a little extra you to build that chemistry since he wasn't available in spring. Just how is that relationship developing?
Me and Jamori's relationship's good, really good off and on the field, which is something that you never complain with those guys in the locker room. Making sure you're just hanging out with those dudes, watching extra film with them, and me and Jamori have had to do a little extra because obviously he didn't play this spring, but making sure we're on the same page. He had a couple clutch grabs today, which was good to see, and just making sure he wins his matchups one-on-one. We talk about different ways to win against different looks, and then find the open areas in zone. So been seeing some good stuff out of him.
You mentioned that helmet communication. Just how much of an impact is that going to have? And can you just maybe talk about that a little bit more in depth?
Oh, yeah. So the helmet communication, basically, I can get the whole play, whatever. I only have to look to the sideline. So I'm getting it, tell the O-line to play, and I can go ahead and do my pre-snap, whatever my little routine is, whatever. 1 high, 2 high, man zone, blitz coming, yes or no, stuff like that. And being able to see that, I don't even have to get my eyes to the sideline. Those are basically just for the skill guys. So I hear it, bam, tell them to play, and it just gives me a lot more extra time at the line while other guys are getting lined up and stuff. And then if we have any like cans or checks plays, obviously it cuts out at I think 15 or 16 seconds, but if we get it in and we get on the ball before that, then obviously being able to have some extra set of eyes up top, it'll help them with those checks and stuff, so that's really good. But at the end of the day, I got to know the checks and the cans and stuff like that for if it's after 15 seconds.
With tempo kind of being such a hot subject this past offseason, do you think the helmet communication will help with that?
Oh, yes, sir. I think the helmet communication will I think it'll help tempo across college football, because when you think about it, like even the quarterback doesn't have to look to the sideline now. So basically, he's being able to get on the ball and stuff. And I mentioned the checks a little earlier. Those are one things that we'll be able to see an extra set of eyes up top, being able to help with that. And that happens so much faster if you have an extra set of eyes. Maybe they can see leverage a little better if this guy's up or if this guy's back. But being able to just check really fast if it's an unfavorable look for a certain play, check, get in and out of stuff really fast is something we've been working on, and we executed pretty well today. Basically, in third down, man's on, whatever, getting to another check, another play. If we like a certain play against a certain look, and being able to get lined up and get the ball off is pretty important to us.
Is there a certain player or moment that kind of stands out from today's scrimmage for you?
No, I think the whole offense had a pretty solid day. The wideouts, they did their jobs. Being able to spread the ball out to those guys, they did a great job when they didn't have the ball in their hands, blocking, being an unselfish teammate. The running backs had a great day. Tight end room, they did their job. O-line room did their job. So I think obviously it was a good day overall, pretty solid day. The quarterbacks had a great day as well.
Back to the helmet communication for a second. Is there a sweet spot between getting like too much information being told to you as opposed to too little information?
Yes, sir.
To work on that with Coach Hampton?
Yes, sir. Definitely. I've talked with like Carson and stuff like that, and he said it was kind of a happy medium, just finding that with the coaches there, and obviously it's been the same thing here with Coach Hampton. And I'm not sure if it's different with each quarterback, but with me, like basically say the play, maybe a quick reminder about the play, and then basically just kind of let me think, do my stuff, because at the end of the day, like you're out there on the field, like you got to make plays, you got to see stuff, and like you can't be in your three-step drop from him telling you, hey, you're throwing a curl, because it cuts out. So obviously you got to know your stuff, and there is a happy medium for that. But Coach Hampton's done a great job of knowing what each quarterback likes and making sure that's unique for them. Maybe one quarterback likes less, maybe one quarterback likes more, but he's done a great job at finding that happy medium.
You mentioned Coach. How much help has he been just kind of getting you ready for this? Maybe any advice from him that he's given you?
Yeah. Obviously, right now is a busy time for the both of us, being in fall camp and stuff. But we still talk pretty much every day and stuff. I mean, we're friends at the end of the day. So being able to talk about that, we don't always talk about ball, but being able to watch him over the past couple of years, and Stetson as well, has been really influential to my game, and making sure I take bits and pieces from other quarterbacks I've backed up in the past to put in my toolbox and hopefully become a good quarterback myself.
We heard a lot about Hardley back in the spring. Not so much yet here in camp, but has he carried that over?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hardly, he's done a great job this fall camp. He had a good catch today, probably a 30, 40-yard ball, and just him being able to come in as a freshman. He's a really young kid, learning the playbook really well, lining up. Never says too much out there on the field. He just goes out there and does his job. And for a freshman to be able to come out there and learn the playbook as fast as he did, and be able to impact the team as fast as he did, is really important.
Has this fall camp been a little weird or different experience for you since you're higher up the depth chart?
No, sir. I wouldn't say it's been like too big of a different experience. Just because as a 2 or a 3 in the past couple of years, whatever you're doing, like you're always prepping for being the guy. And at the end of the day, like that was important to me. That's what my team. They needed to know that if I went in, that obviously the offense wasn't going to go downhill and stuff like that. So being able to prepare as if you're the guy, because at the quarterback position, really any position, like you're one ankle away, and that's your responsibility to the team to make sure you're ready if your number's called. And that was always kind of my mindset.
Coach kind of mentioned there hasn't been a running back that's really stuck out just yet. What is kind of your thoughts on that and just the running back room as a whole? He kind of mentioned more like a committee approach.
Oh, yeah.
Do you also see that so far?
Yes, sir. The running back room is really solid overall. Just a bunch of good backs. I think that's why maybe no one's really stood out, because they've all had a pretty solid fall camp so far. And each of the backs bring a little something different to the table. Obviously, you got Chip, a bigger dude, just really physical runner, stuff like that. And then Demi, like maybe he runs routes a little better. Like he played some wide out from what I heard a little bit last year, some slot. Obviously, he's good catching the ball, stuff like that, routes. And then our 2 younger guys, J-Pat and Mar, they've had a great fall camp. Mar actually had a really good day today, and we're all kind of loving on him just because he's that younger dude, and we're making sure that he's on the same page, learning the plays, because the running backs with this offense, it's really fast, and making sure that they're on the same page as the O-line, because there's not a lot of time for communication. So those dudes are doing a really good job this fall camp, and hopefully it'll be definitely, like you said, a committee effort this season, because we could use all of them.
Mark, we heard a couple good things about Fred this week. In the practice we saw, he stood out with the twos. How much have you gotten to work with him? What do you really like about him?
Oh yeah, Fred has had a great fall camp. Coach Hammond actually mentioned him after I think it was the third or fourth practice, just basically saying like we need more guys like Fred. Like he's a dude that comes in, he does his job, doesn't really say too much. Great kid off the field, great kid on the field. A really good dude you want in the locker room. He does his job. He knows exactly what he's doing on every play, and I've definitely had some experience with him working. I mean, he gets in there with the ones a bunch, and when he gets in there, there's no drop off at all. Obviously, he knows exactly what he's going to do. I believe he had a touchdown today as well, but he just does his job. He wins his one-on-ones, and he's a great kid.
Everybody good? All right, thank
Sweet.
you much.
Thank you.